guys, MWUSA Season 3, Episode 176. I want to play a rebroadcast for you from way back in July 2022. This is an episode on how I initially picked the casinos that I go to now and how to pick a casino if you're traveling somewhere. I hope you enjoy it. I believe I had a cold that day, so I sound a little bit different, but enjoy it. Hey everybody, this is MWUSA on my way to an undisclosed location to play some blackjack. I was thinking about this last night. I wanted to do a podcast about how I pick which casinos to play in. So the first thing I do is I will go to BJ21 and download the most updated information about the casinos around the country. And I'm not just looking for the city that I'm going to, I'm looking within even 3 or 4 hours of that city, because there may only be 1 or 2 casinos in that city, but around it there's going to be a lot more casinos. I'll also go to Casino 411, as I am part of Blackjack Apprenticeship right now, and I'll compare those. And then in the chat in Blackjack Apprenticeship, I will ask people if that information is updated. So looking at BJ21, there's a bunch of different columns on there, the number of tables, the minimums, the maximums. But then there's a small column on the right side with the rules for each game. So resplit aces, split once, double 9, 10, 11, double anything, double to 2 hands, double to 3 hands, double to 4 hands, and so on. So I'll look at all that. And then I'll also look at the number of decks. I've been fooled by this before. I remember a couple years ago, I decided to go down to Tampa because they had the best game in the country on BJ21. I get down there, and the conditions were terrible. It was a Hard Rock casino, and if you didn't use a card, your limit was 10 times the minimum for the table. They were very, very sweaty down there. And if you didn't play a minimum of $100, it was 8 decks. So I had a miserable couple of days down there, but I learned a lesson that just because it had the best odds, you have to look at all the conditions. So once I pick some casinos, I'm going to pick my route. Am I going to drive in? Am I going to fly in? Am I going to rent a car? Am I going to use Ubers if everything is close by? And most of the time I will drive. So if I drive into an area, what is my path into that city? Can I hit some casinos on my way to that city? And then can I do the same path on the way back to hit them all again on the way home? So those are all things that are important to me. When I get into a casino, so I pick a casino, I walk into a casino. Even before I walk into a casino, when I go to the parking lot, I'm going to drive around a little bit before I pick a parking spot. I'm going to figure out where the exits are. I'm going to figure out what's in the parking lot. Where is there security? Where, is it safe? Is it well lit? Then when I walk into the casino, I'm not going to go straight to the blackjack table. I'm going to walk in like a normal customer, like a normal degenerate. I'm going to walk in. I'm going to look around. I'm going to look at the bright lights. I'm going to look at, everything going on, the flashing lights, the noise, the people, the bar, So I'm going to walk around, take a couple laps, figure out where the restrooms are. I'm going to look at some of the machines. I'm going to look at the atmosphere, the people, and then figure out where the high limit room is, which is primarily where I play, but I'm also going to look at the low limit areas, because a lot of casinos have a stay 17, resplit aces in a low limit. I played one of those earlier in the week. So if I can play a table and spread 20 to 1 instead of 10 to 1, I'm going to look for things like that. I'm going to look for good double decks, especially if I can spread 1 to 10 or more, especially if they have good penetration. I'm going to have my story straight. Where am I from? What's my name? Why am I in the area? Some casinos are so out of the way, it doesn't make any sense that you're going to be there. Okay, so you're from wherever, let's make up Indiana. Why are you here in Colorado? You're just driving through. Where are you going? Are you going to Vegas? Why are you stopping here for 3 days if you're on your way to Vegas? Is there a family thing going on? I like to use an excuse like, there was someone in the family that passed away. I'm here to help with the estate. I do that a lot. And it makes a lot of sense, and it makes people question you a little bit less. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. I have to help out. I didn't even know this uncle, but I'm the only one that's not working right now. Or you make something up, and people believe you. Be genuine about it, but have your story straight. Be ready for some follow-up questions. Oh, where did your uncle live? Where did your aunt live? What city? But that's 4 hours from here. How come you're playing at this casino, not the other place? So all those different factors are involved. So I'm going to have my story straight. If I'm going to drive somewhere, I'm going to fly somewhere, I'm going to have plenty of hours to think this stuff through and really know what I'm going to say, how I'm going to answer things. Why aren't you using a card? We're a national chain. I'm sure you have a card with us. Oh, you live in Indiana? We have casinos in Indiana. I'm sure you have a card. Let me see your ID. I've used the excuse of I'm going through a divorce. I don't want anyone to know that I gamble. All kinds of things like that. I don't believe in it, that you never get good comps, or I don't want the mailers, and they always tell me they're not going to mail it to me, but then they do, and it annoys me, or it annoys my family, or it makes my neighbors think that I'm a gambler or something like that. So walking into a casino, I'm going to look around. I'm going to understand fully what's going on, where everything is, where the bathrooms are, where the cashier is. Is there more than one cashier? A lot of the bigger casinos will have 2 or 3 cashiers. Don't forget that lots of times there's a cashier in the poker room. So now you got to be careful too, because there's some places that have one main cashier and one in the poker room, but there's only one table in the poker room. So why are you cashing out $900 in chips when I didn't see you play? There's only 6 players sitting there. So you have to look at all those factors and fully understand all those factors. And then once you get into a casino and you sit down at a table, you have to figure out what you're going to buy in for. Now, there's a lot of different ways that you could do this. The way that I like to do it is I like to buy in for a minimal amount. There's a couple reasons for that. First of all, if I'm on a $50 table or a $100 table and I'm buying in for $500, that's 5 bets on a $100 table. I'm not a threat to them. They don't care. I'm overbetting my bankroll, even if I was card counting. So that's one thing. Also, if they ask me for a card, I might say, well, I'm only going to play this little bit for now. We'll see if I do really well and I stick around, maybe I'll give you my ID. You got to look at the casino staff and look at their attitudes and how fidgety they are, how much they're paying attention to you. If I'm going into a high limit room and I'm the only one there, they're going to be watching me. If there's 20 people there, maybe I can hide. Look at what other people are betting in that room. Is everyone else betting $300 or $400 a hand? Is everyone else betting $50 a hand? And now I'm coming in and I'm the big bettor. The big bettor is going to get the most attention. So keep an eye on that. If you want to bet big later on, or keep an eye on what other people are betting. If people's max bet is 500, don't think you're going to be able to get away with 2,000 very easily. Then get to know the staff a little bit. Hey, how you doing? Is there a good place to eat? I like to hide in plain sight. So I will call the pit bosses over. I will ask a lot of questions. Where is there to eat? How do you play this hand? Can you believe this dealer? He's always busting me. Just keep calling the pit boss over until they want to avoid me. Next thing you know, they're on the other side of the pit talking to other people because they're annoyed with me. They don't want to talk to me. I'm too nice, and I'm keeping them too busy with conversations with me, and it kind of buys me some time also. So I'll ask about restaurants. I'll ask about how to play hands. I'll complain about the dealer. I'll play the degenerate act where I'll put my head on the table when I lose a big hand. shake my head, I'll pause. All those different things help you get longevity, in my opinion. Now, if you're spreading 1 to 20 or 1 to 40, and you're going from $50 to $1,500 in 10 minutes, all this stuff I'm talking about is not going to help you much, but it may help you until you get to your first max bet, and then you may have some heat after that. You may decide you want to leave after that if you want to. One other thing I wanted to talk to you about is the parking lot situation. So a couple things going on there. In the parking lot, you got to make sure you're in a safe place. You're in a closed place. You're in a place that's easy to find when you leave. Know where you walked in from. Some of the bigger casinos look the same, in all four corners, and it's hard to figure out where you came in. Find some kind of a machine or a table or something near the exit that you want to go to, and when you sit down at your table, note which way you have to go to get to the cashier, which way you have to go to get to your exit. One other thing that I did was I went to CarMax or Carvana or one of those places, and I got one of their little paper licenses, the cover for the license when you don't have a license on a new car yet. And I super glued it to a plate cover, the little frame that goes around the plate. So now I have a Carvana license plate cover with the frame that goes around it glued to it. And I went on Amazon and I bought some of the round magnets and I glued them to the back of it. And then I was able to put some on the back of my actual license. And anytime I want to, when I'm going into a casino, I don't want them to see my license, I will take that, put it over my license. Therefore, it is magnetically attached to my license. They can't see what my license is. When I leave the parking garage or the parking lot, I can pull over after a block or two and remove it, and then I'm safe for the road. I don't have to worry about unscrewing a license or having it in a window, getting pulled over because it's not visible or anything like that. Just make sure you remember to put it on and make sure you remember to take it off. So I'm sure there's a lot more I'm forgetting right now, but off the top of my head, I think this is a good start. I hope you guys enjoyed today. If you have any questions, any comments, any ideas for future segments or future things that you want me to cover or questions you want me to answer, feel free to email me. It's mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. And I hope you guys have a great day. I may have another podcast for you when I leave this undisclosed location today, if anything important happens while I'm there. Have a great day. Bye.